Did you get some photos of the eclipse? I have some templates for you that will make it really easy to make them look great. All you need is Adobe Lightroom. You don't need any sort of skills at all. I'm gonna make it super simple for you. First, let me say this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with more than 15,000 tutorials. If you're one of the first 200 people to sign up, you'll get a free 2-month trial to watch the videos. If you want to check out Skillshare for free, visit sdp.io/Skillshare6 and use the promo code Northrup6. Let's get right into it. I'm going to give you 4 different templates and you can look through them to see which one you like the best. The first one is this one. Of course, you can change the text and the font and stuff like that. You can personalize it however you want. I'll show you where to use these shortcuts in a little bit. This one is an 8x10 format in case you wanted to make a print. This is a wider format, mostly for online use, that shows 5 images, an even wider format that uses 7 images, and then a square format for places like Instagram that kind of favor a square format. So let's get over into Adobe Lightroom, where I'll be basing this out of. If you don't have Adobe Lightroom yet, visit sdp.io/Adobe deal and you can get yourself a free trial. First of all, load your images into Lightroom. And the first thing we want to do is kind of make sure the crop is approximately the same on all of them. So I'm going to pick just one of these images. And by the way, I wanted to have this ready for you the day of the eclipse. So these images are fake. They're not real because there hasn't been an eclipse in North America until 1918. So what do you expect me to do? I was but a young boy in 1918. The first thing I'm doing here is I'm cropping it just vertically. We can deal with the horizontal cropping of it in the other module. I'm cropping it vertically so that there's this amount of space. Just some amount of space, but it needs to be consistent at the top and bottom. And now that I've cropped it, I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to develop settings and then copy settings. I'm just going to copy that crop. You don't need anything but the crop. So I'm selecting only crop here and clicking copy. And now I'm going to go ahead and paste those developed settings over all the other images. And what this will do is crop all those images to the exact same height. So now I can just go into the develop module and pan through all the images and make sure that they're all pretty much centered because, you know, the sun's going to be moving and such. Mine happen to be perfectly centered because these are fake and I used a single image, but you're going to have to go through and kind of line up each image because between shots, the sun would have moved. So you want to make sure that it's just centered in here vertically. After you have everything cropped, I want the blacks to be nice and black so that the images blend in well. So I'm just going to drop the black levels here and I'm just going to do that to one image and then I'll do the same thing where I'll just copy those settings and paste them on the other images. Copy settings. This time I'll just do everything. And I'll select everything else. And Control-Shift-V is a keyboard shortcut to paste it. Control-Shift-C and Control-Shift-V. So now the images are ready to be dropped in. Let's go to the print module over here. Let's make this full screen. And over here in the template browser, I'm going to right-click User Templates and then click Import. And now I can type one of 4 different URLs that I've made for you. These templates are just free on the web now. The first is sdp.io/Eclipse3. You're going to be importing the template directly from my server. So I'm typing http:// You have to type that. You can't just type the sdp.io/Eclipse part. And as I import that, you can see it makes this little template where you have 3 separate spots for pictures and then just the date. So first, let's just pick 3 of our Eclipse pictures. We'll drag it in there. Of course, you want the totality in there. And then this one. Notice that this picture didn't get properly centered. I can click that, hold down the Control key, and just slide it over so it's centered. I'll do the same thing with this image. If you want that word to say something different, just double click it, and it will open up the identity plate editor, so you can just type in whatever you want. When you're ready to export this as a JPEG, in the lower right corner, you'll see the Print to File button. Just click that. Give it a name and it will export it. If it exports it and it's too big or too small, you'll look for this setting under Print Job. Look for File Resolution DPI and you can make that higher or lower. So it's going to export it at a resolution of this fake width here, which is 11 inches times 600. So if that's way too big or too small, you could put in 1200 or 300 or 100, whatever it is to meet your specific requirements. If you wanted to bring it back and shape it differently, you could import it back into Lightroom and then crop it from there. Let me just quickly show you the other templates that I made for you. I'm going to once again right-click User Templates and click Import. Let's do sdp.io/eclipse5 this time to get a 5 wide image in case you wanted to show more of your Eclipse pictures. So I select that. You can see this works exactly the same way. You just have room for a couple more pictures. Oh, you can see I put these in the wrong order. Once again, just click once and then Control click to recenter these. I have one that includes 7 images. Right click User Templates, click Import, and that's, you might be guessing the name at this point, Eclipse 7. Select that and you can just drag all your pictures into here. It's a little bit of a wider format. And one last one, which is a 3x3 intended for Instagram. It's a square format. So notice that the page here isn't actually square, even though the images will all be square once you drag them in. You might have to bring it back into Lightroom and then crop it down. But I developed this template specifically for use on Instagram because while you don't have to share images in a square format on Instagram, the thumbnails do look much better. So if you wanted to make an Insta post for your Eclipse sequence, use this, export it, and then when you drag it into Instagram, it'll just crop it right down for you. I hope this was helpful, and thanks to our sponsor Skillshare, which has more than 15,000 classes, including many about photography and Adobe Lightroom specifically. You can watch these classes and more if you're one of the first 200 people to sign up for a 2-month trial, but I bet you'll want to stay longer to keep learning. Visit sdp.io/Skillshare6 and use the promo code Northrup6. Thanks for sponsoring us, Skillshare. And if you don't yet have Lightroom, visit sdp.io/Adobe Deal, where you can get it with Photoshop for $10 a month. Of course, subscribe for more free tutorials. Thanks